Courage series. And we actually coined a little title called Free from the Prison Without Bars. And today I have Lisa with me. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, hi Lillian. Thanks for having me.
Hello.
Hi
Yeah.
everybody.
Right. This is not the first time that we go live together, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 times already since we woke
Wow.
up. Yeah, since we met correct.
Yeah. So, right. Today we're just going to have a casual chat, do some reflection because we had done the Transform with Courage Bootcamp. But before we go into that, I would like to get to know a little bit, more of the audience to get to know a little bit more about you. So, I know I know you're the founder of Stellan Maternity, right? As well as a community leader with Women of Courage Asia. But tell us a little bit more about you, Lisa.
So where should I even start? So for me, I'm also by day I am mostly a bank executive. I work in a bank as my full-time job. Still in
Mm.
maternity is my passion project and also my side hustle, if you could say that. I am a mom of two living boys and one angel boy. And
What did
what
you
else?
say? What two boys and what angel boy?
Two living boys and one angel boy. So I mean, for some of you all who
Ah,
have heard me
right.
share my story before, you would know that I have two beautiful boys here with age 8 and 5. But I also have one baby that I lost at childbirth. So yeah. So if you want to hear more of that story, Lily will share the link with you later. but
Yeah.
apart yeah but apart from that, probably the gist of the story is, I came out from a postnatal depression, and so Stillen is actually my part of my story from recovery.
Mm,
So yeah, and that's why I have a passion to do more to help serve women in the area of mental wellness, because
mm,
I think working moms, I mean, of course, also stay-at-home moms are also having very difficult, especially during this pandemic times.
mm.
So we all need to learn to love ourselves a little bit more, take care of our mental health, because we need to love ourselves before we can pour out our love to somebody else. Yep.
Right. I love how you said he's an angel boy. Yeah. So and he's in great memory, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And you took the courage to share with us the story. And for those of you who want to hear more about Lisa's story, I'm going to put the link to a podcast, right? So you can hear more about Lisa's story. Hi, Lynette. Hello.
Hi,
Good
Lynette.
afternoon. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah. So besides work, tell us another side of you. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, maybe relating to this, work. Why am I work? So I'm also very recently very involved in Enneagram.
Mm-hmm.
That has also taught me a lot of things about myself.
Mm,
Yeah, my strengths, my weakness. What are the areas I can grow with. So knowing myself from the Enneagram, I know that I'm a type 3. I'm a hyperachiever, which is why you can say I'm a kind of a bit of a workaholic, but I think I'm quite balanced in that sense. I do work hard, but I do play hard.
right.
But when I'm focused, and generally I would work more lah. I will still say yes, I do work more. I mean, I'll be honest with myself. My kids also say that, "Mommy, why are you always working?"
Yeah, the high achiever, the very productive and efficient. Yeah. So
Yeah, which both can be a strength and a weakness there.
yeah, I guess we embrace everything about us, right? The
Yes.
different aspect of us, and depends on how we look at it. It's all about perspective, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And interesting that you mentioned about Enneagram, but I just want to also just point out to our audience that Enneagram is a personality profiling tool, but of course we don't box people up in types. Yeah, it's just that we get to discover ourselves using this profiling tool a little bit more. Yeah, and so
Mm,
it's a journey. It's a journey, and
yep.
we are not
Definitely.
fixed to one specific type because there's so many layers to it. Right now that you're
Oh
in the
yes.
program, you know that there's so many layers to it. Right. So, yes, today we are going to, talk a little bit about, now go deeper into your mind, right? About what you learn about yourself, because we had a great time. I'm sure you had a great time at the Transform with Courage Bootcamp. How was that experience at the bootcamp?
Oh, the
And
bootcamp was
sorry, before that,
okay.
when you hear about the word boot camp, the word boot camp, what went through your mind? Yeah.
I mean, typically boot camp, I mean, I heard the worst of boot camps, and usually they are kind of like really gonna be very tough on you. I've heard of workshops where people literally cry because of what they've been put through by the instructors. Yeah, because they have to dig deep to issues that they faced they had faced before,
Mhm.
maybe facing out to certain truths about themselves, which is probably not easy to. So I guess I had some kind of a expectation already, or yeah, when I heard about boot camp. But of course, because we come from Women of Courage Asia, we are generally not the very strong, and not saying strong as in like tough, strict kind of a persona that we show to the community. We're not that kind. We take the whiplash and do your work, get better kind of a thing. We're not like that. So I
Yeah,
didn't
I think that sounds very
I
scary.
yeah.
It
So
sounds
yeah,
scary to me.
it's not gonna be that kind of boot camp I knew. But so I was thinking, how far, how tough was this gonna be? But yeah, I held in good faith that I wasn't gonna be tortured. But I knew that I was probably gonna face some hard truth about myself.
Mm,
Of course, getting to dig deep a little bit deeper into areas that I probably am not aware of or have somewhat close up to over the years because of
mm,
experiences. Yeah, so
mm.
I really look forward when I heard about that boot camp. Yeah.
Ah, so actually you have so I mean the what was the reason that you decided to join? Is it, I mean, knowing that you're going to face some hard truths, and areas that you may not feel comfortable with and all that, and you still decided to join the boot camp. What was that deciding factor?
Okay, I wouldn't say that I would join because I wanted to face the hard truths. That's for me. That's of course not the real story. I guess it's also part and parcel of my journey with Women of Courage Asia. I joined
Mm,
Women of Courage Asia wanting to contribute to the community,
mm,
wanting to grow as a person.
mm,
So when the boot camp came, it was more like going along with the ride and see how was Women of Courage Asia going to change and transform as a community with
mm,
the introduction of this boot camp. I
mm,
wanted to be part of it. Um, I mean, part of the pioneer batch as well to see, how this thing was gonna happen,
mm.
and see how we can all grow together as one. So in a way, to put it very nicely, I was just going along with the ride lah. um, yeah. Then, but of course, a part of me was thinking that, hey, this is really a good deal, I mean, we know from being part of the organizing community that all these um instructors, facilitators, they are not nobodies, they are somebody. They come with a lot of experience from their own coaching experience. So there was definitely things that I could learn.
Mm,
So yeah, I went there hoping to learn something for myself. Yeah.
right. I think you were very open in learning and developing yourself. So I think that that was like it's a no brainer lah, right? Like you said, the program, the facilitators, and everything that you know about as part of the planning team and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we are the pioneer batch, right? We got such a good deal on it, right? So of course must take
Take
advantage,
advantage.
ma. I am the very kiasu Singaporean one, I will take advantage of any good deal I see.
Yeah. So, but well, okay. Let's go a little bit deeper again. I know there are a lot of learnings, but let's pull out that specific one about the working on your SMART goal. I mean, you don't have to talk about your SMART goal, but
Mm.
rather the learning about yourself through the process of working on the SMART goal. So what did you learn about yourself through this process?
Uh, I learned that setting goals is not difficult because I like to set goals for myself. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
as we mentioned, I'm a hyperachiever, so I do set a lot of goals for myself. So coming out with a goal is definitely not a problem. I have lots of things in my life that I want to work on.
You are the
The
go-getter. Go.
Yes, but the problem is always at
Mm.
the action part. And I would
Mm.
think that that would be a common point for most people.
Mhm.
I think we all are grown-ups. We know there are certain shortcomings in our life, but when we are able to identify with the issues, we may not
Mm.
necessarily be able to take action on them for one reason or another. So for me, I chose to work on my family, spending time with my
Mm.
family. So
Mm.
that to me, I mean, in all my other podcasters and whatnot, I always share about how I manage my time with student work and family. But
Mm.
yet, even that spending time with my family is I can carve out the time to spend out with them, but what kind of a mood I am in when I spend that time with them.
Mm. Oops. Oh dear, what happened? So I think Jack, not Jack. I saw Jack saying hi, but Lisa has just went off the line, so we'll wait for her to come back in. Hi, Jack. Hi. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Right. So yeah, what technical problem, but no problem at all because we wait for Lisa to come back on. Now we are talking about the SMART goal. For those of you who are listening in, we are talking about we are having a reflection here, right, to learn more about yourself through the process of working on the SMART goal. Because Lisa was just talking about how setting goals is not a problem for her, all right, but executing it can be a real challenge.
Mm.
Yeah. So yes, you just left me.
Sorry, I could still see you and hear you, but for some reason I was not in this picture anymore. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like what I was saying, like, the time is set aside for them. So we
Mm.
typically, yeah, usually 8:30, 9 o'clock is the kids' bedtime. We know that that is the time for me to spend time reading to them or playing with them. But because the activity that I'm doing before that typically might be my work, or if I'm in the midst
Mm.
of trying to reply certain urgent matters, right? Um,
Mm.
that sets me out in a kind of a mood because then I'm even in my do work mode, very serious, very tensed up, and it's not easy to switch from that mode to oh, I'm doing to be the loving mother, nurturing mom. Come, let's read books. Let's talk about the value and goals of the day. Trying to impart values to your kid during that very precious 10-15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do take that time out, I expect my children to also honor my time. So
Mm-hmm.
when I ask, hey, now it's time to do bedtime story, let's keep the toy, blah blah blah, and they choose to drag their feet, dilly dally,
Mm-hmm.
then I get frustrated because I'm like, I'm taking time out here to spend time with you guys, but you're not respecting me. So I get into a frustrated mood sometimes. So that can get me very
Mm-hmm.
agitated or angry. That end up I might have pulled myself away from my work, but and then end up the deal doesn't get done. That means I don't end up reading to my kids because I'll be punishing them for not keeping their stuff, or I'll be getting angry because they were jumping all over a bit and not listen to me while I read, and yeah, the whole
Mm.
atmosphere just doesn't work out the way I envision it to. So that's where I get very frustrated. Yeah. So
Mm.
it's about the change in the atmosphere and the mood to condition myself to be in the right frame of mind when I need to be there for them as well. It's not that easy lah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. So being
Mm,
present in the moment, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, it's like all of you being present
yep.
rather than just going through the motion. Like you
Mm.
said, setting aside the time. Yeah, everyone can set aside time, but how many of us will be actually present at that moment, right, with the person that you actually plan to spend time with? So I guess here is like talking about like intentions and being present. Yeah.
Intention is there. Yeah,
Mm.
adjusting the mind and the heart is adjusting the heart and the mind is not that easy. Yeah.
Mm.
So
I think a lot of people would resonate that with you. I think that is not something uncommon. Yeah, so I think many people do struggle the same struggle. Yeah, that what you have just described. So in this process, so through this process, what did you learn about yourself then? You learn besides being. I think that's awareness, right?
mm,
Or being aware of what is happening. To be even able to articulate that you are not you're having this struggle to be present, or instead of having this intention but you're doing something else, your behavior that is not congruent to your intention. I mean, being able to articulate all these, it shows also the awareness level that you are in.
mm.
Yeah. mm. So besides that, what else did you learn about yourself through this process?
What else did I learn about myself through this
mm.
process? Sorry, but mostly, mostly because I'm a bit more of a critic, so I always pick out the not so nice thing about myself rather than the picking out the more positive. So the other
It's
part,
okay. We just speak your mind, speak your heart. This channel is meant to be as raw and as authentic as we can be.
yeah,
Yeah. While you're thinking it, Karen want to say hi.
I,
Yeah, as well as Jack is here to support you as well. Yeah. Just that I think she need to give Be Life the consent to show her profile picture. Yeah.
yep.
Right.
So the
What
other
else did you learn about yourself? Besides I mean, the awareness level there was really good that you have described. Yeah. Maybe just one positive thing that you learned about yourself through this process.
I'm always open to change. I
Mm.
mean, like what you mentioned
Okay.
earlier. I mean, I think that is both I mean, I should learn throughout all the growth in the past years with Women of Courage, and especially also through the Enneagram as well. It's not is that is the strength of my type, but and the
Mm.
strength of mine. It can be a weakness as
Mm.
well, but I think at this point, this one is actually working in my favor. That I'm actually very open to change. So
Mm.
being versatile is one, but being open to change is another thing. I mean, both are kind of like requiring change, but I
Mm-hmm.
would say once I had the awareness, I was willing to kind of more or less act on them rather than just
Mm.
sitting on it and not do anything. So that's the good part. Yeah.
Right. I think this reminds me of something that I always say, right? Awareness empower you with a choice.
Mm,
Yeah, but then you have to make that choice, that decision,
yeah.
to create the change that you want to see.
Mm,
Very good. Yeah, and now besides the learning about yourself through the working of the SMART goals, I know there are many things that we have done in the boot camp, yeah, and we are actually still in the process of the program because there's a post boot camp coaching as well, right? So reflecting back from the very beginning until all the way to our last group coaching, what do you think is your greatest takeaway? Your greatest. I know there's a lot. I shared. I mean, I chit chat with some of them.
mhm.
There's so many, but what is your one greatest takeaway?
I, I think for me it's more than the knowledge. I
Mm-hmm.
think for me, my greatest takeaway from the bootcamp is always the relationship.
Mm.
Yeah. So for me, when I joined Women of Courage Asia, it was also with the intention to connect to find my tribe of women
Mm.
that I can work
Mm.
alongside with and share a common goal.
Mm.
So in my earlier years when I was in my postnatal journey, I guess I think that was probably the most difficult because it was hard to find, I mean, to share in a safe space. Yeah.
Mm.
So I guess even when I came to Women of Courage, it took some time, but the boot camp
Mm-hmm.
was really a great accelerator because I mean it's
Mm.
just the 13 or 14 of us in the boot camp for the 3 day 3 nights. So I mean it definitely forced us to be vulnerable and to share more of our lives with one another, and that definitely helped to gel the team together a lot more. So it's really great
Mm,
to see yeah, the that a lot of the struggles that I face, or even any working women would face these days, we are actually not as alone as we thought. Because as you actually
mm,
have a chance to hear what people have to say about their lives, you then realize that, hey, you're not the only one that's feeling this. So yeah,
mm,
I mean, that's always been the best thing about Women of Courage Asia and about the boot camp. Yeah, to be able to
mm,
forge a deep relationship, because at our age, it's very hard to find. Most of our friends are probably childhood friends. We
mhm,
As we grow older, we are more guarded. We don't tend to share more of our lives with people, so it's not easy to always find friends at this stage of life. So I'm just very happy
mm.
that, yeah, we can find like-minded friends still at this point, and I found them in my boot camp lah.
That's so wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, relationship is like a huge, huge, huge part of our lives. I mean, we are all relational beings,
Mm,
right? And yeah, I'm very glad to know that you have made and forged new friendships and stronger relationships, within the community. And Lisa, I know you are someone who is very open to learning, yeah, and growth. So, how was what was your attitude like in in investing in your own personal growth and development? Do you actually invest a lot of in programs, personal development programs?
not really. Okay, I would say that in a different stage in my life. I think in my early
Mm,
20s, when I just joined the workforce, working and
mm,
climbing the corporate ladder was probably on the top of my head. Personal development took more in the shape of those corporate leadership skills, you know,
mm.
that you will
Skill
get.
sets, more like
Yeah,
skill
like how
sets
to do team
develop.
management and this kind of a stuff,
Mm,
and more of a corporate knowledge on how to better myself in my SME knowledge that I do for my work.
mm,
So the personal development took on a very different perspective and aspect. So while I am still growing that point, but it wasn't so much on the in development of myself on the inner side. I would say it's very much on the skill
mm,
set base. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, I think a lot of people coming from the corporate world, yeah, I mean, they will definitely be, because the HR will definitely have, all these kind of programs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and like you said, most would be more towards the skill set.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think hopefully things are changing. Yeah, I think more and more people are looking into the inner works, right? Mindset, inner works, and like you said, the personal development. And I've chat with some of the ladies. They also agree. They also admitted that it's very work based, task based,
Mm.
project based.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we and tend to neglect the self.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's something very common with women, and we tend to neglect ourselves, forget about ourselves.
I kind of think not just a women thing. Actually, men do too. Men, sorry if
Mm-hmm.
I say, but I think men are even at a worse off situation than us, because
Mm,
women, we tend to be more in tune with our feelings, and
mm,
therefore, when we come to a place where we kind of cannot hold it anymore, we will jibabom, and then we will kind of find our friends to kind of download verbal diarrhea and kind of get everything out, right? But I
mm,
also feel quite much for the men themselves, because they might tend to be less attuned to their feelings, and therefore they don't even
mm.
have the level of awareness to even think that they would want to work on themselves. So
Yeah.
I guess we are kind of a little bit better off, but we, because of the change of the society role, we have
Mm,
more things on our plates now. Women have more things on
mm.
our plates, and that's why I think,
We wear so many hats.
and I think that's why we kind of need to yeah, take care of ourselves a bit more lah. Because last time it was just very simple, cook and look after the kids ah. Now it's everything else together. So yeah.
Yeah, as the society progress, the world changes, evolve. Yeah, we women now wear many hats. But having said that, I'm coming back to the personalities. I mean, knowing the Enneagram roadmap, right? We also learned that actually this awareness and mindset thing is it's not gender. It's it applies to both gender.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
whether you're male or female. Yeah, it's
Mm.
because you're talking about self-awareness here. It applies to both gender. Yeah. So very, very good point highlighted there. Yeah. So men, we do love you too. So please take care of yourself, right? Don't neglect yourself. Don't forget about yourself. I know you love the family, you love your loved ones. Yeah, but do take care of yourself too.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And now that the 3 days boot camp is over, and we have one more group coaching to go, right? Yeah, with Sari. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that as well in July. So, but what else do you look forward? Um, the boot camp. I know the relationship will continue, the community support will continue. Yeah. Um, what do you look forward to now that the three
Bootcamp
days boot
level
camp?
2.
Yes, yes. Step number two, now we progress, work deeper, right? Work deeper, break more barriers,
Yeah.
and step up to the next level of comfort zone, out of the next level of comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, personal development is a journey. It's a journey. Yeah.
Mm. Wow.
So, I know that something from the boot camp itself, yes, there is a community project that came out of it, right?
Mm.
Y'all do things together. You start with yourself, and then y'all also started to take action, right? Because the 3 A's. Can you remember the 3 A's?
Yeah. Awareness,
Yeah,
attitude, and action.
yeah. So the action part, what's happening? Tell us about what is happening. What are y'all doing together as a team?
Yeah. So as part of the graduating project, we've been tasked to put together a community project. So I
Hmm.
mean, yeah. So the group of us have come together to decide that we wanted to raise funds for a beneficiary safe place, which is a shelter
Hmm.
for moms with unsupported pregnancies.
Right.
So yeah, the way that we've decided to do it was pretty much you might say my brainchild or rather, yeah, something that a dream that I had a couple of years back when I started Stillen. We've always wanted to be more of a sustainable label, so we wanted to
Hmm.
um, bring this kind of a sustainability mindset to our community of moms, and I mean, in general, to make this more of awareness to people out there. So how to do sustainability was, we thought um moms typically don't want to spend money on pregnancy clothes because it's just going to be a short 9 months. And then after that, what do you do with the clothes, right? It will just go into the yeah, your dumpsters and whatnot. So it's really quite a waste. And we thought of a easier way to do that would be, to make it a cycle, so moms
Mm-hmm.
can donate, so can bring their clothes to swap for normal clothes, and then moms who are pregnant can bring normal clothes to swap for maternity clothes. So then it's a win-win.
Mm.
It's a win-win on both sides, and
Yes.
we save money and we save the earth. So
Right.
combining that dream, which was on standstill for like the last 2 years because of the pandemic. So I
Mm.
shared this thing with the 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 community,
Team.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
team, and then they say, oh no, why not, let's combine the two ideas together, let's work on this as together lah. So yeah, so we've also partner with Shopaholic, which is also a social enterprise, to kind of run this project
Mm-hmm.
for us, because
Mm.
they have a shop space at Orchard Central. They can help to facilitate the swap.
Mm.
So we're gonna raise funds through the swap, but we've also raising fund through our personal, I mean, through sourcing for donations as well directly. So yeah,
Mm.
it's quite a fun project. So if you guys are interested to find out more, can I trouble Lillian to put the web link for that uh,
Yes.
project?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the rest can come and join us about it. So we're gonna start tomorrow. The official launch is gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna start with the maternity wear declutter. So any moms
Mm-hmm.
out there who have clothes that they do not need anymore because they're postpartum, they're post breastfeeding, come and donate them, and then, or you can bring them down to swap, to buy a swap package and then swap for
Mm.
normal clothes instead. So you all the monies that invested in all the maternity clothes don't end up wasted. You can still, with a little bit of money, with a little bit of a fee, you can actually swap
Mm.
for new clothes. So yeah, come and join us. It's gonna be lots of fun because I think we are all been stuck in this pandemic for so long, and I don't think we have much fun thing to do this day. We just stuck at home and I can't think of any exciting things to do already. So I think this is a very fun project for anybody to yeah, just join us for this
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
I think it's a very meaningful project. Yeah, it's not just fun, but it's really very meaningful because as a third party looking from the outside, how the whole thing was being birthed for, it's like I know about your this dream of doing this event, this project, like you mentioned about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm also hearing from Jocelyn that she's working on her book project. She has a heart to reach out to the unsupported moms to be at safe place,
Mm.
and how beautifully both of you come into the boot camp together, and where two minds come together, and the rest of the ladies who are so supportive, like you see now they are all showing their support. Yeah, Teresa is saying, Lisa, great to know you in WOCA, Women of Courage Asia in short, and involved in the Swap with Courage together. So love your ambition, energy, and speed. Right. And Karen is highly promoting the
Thanks.
thing. Yeah, for courage. Yes. I
Yeah,
mean, she has been very helpful with the
definitely.
design and all that. So
Yes.
there's a whole team coming together just because of one person's idea, and one idea can create such a big difference. The ripple effect that comes out of it is so beautiful,
Mm.
and it's so meaningful because there's sustainability that's helping different parties, right? And it gets the social enterprise involved as well. Yeah, yeah, it's really very beautiful. I see this project really beautiful project. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. But thanks, Teresa. It's great to know more of everybody through the projects as well. And Karen has definitely been one of my best help. Because she's great with all the media. She's great with all the images, and because we kind of we were just saying that we both have some experience working project. It's kind of like it's nice to have somebody working on the same wavelength. So when you say something, the person knows straight away. Yeah, so it's kind of
Yeah,
fun
same
that way.
frequency. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So you see the friendship that you got from the boot camp, and then the project and the support. I think this is really very beautiful. Time's catching up. So like one last question for you. Having experienced the community support, the boot camp, the transformation and the journey that you're going through, who do you think should actually join the Transform with Courage boot camp?
I would, I mean, everyone,
Oh,
all
by the way,
you,
it's only for women.
yeah, all you ladies out there, I will say calling from age 25 to 65. Yeah, if you are a lady, you can join, and I strongly encourage you to join because yeah, we are a fun and loving community here, but more than just that, um I think like what we have all mentioned in the earlier in the earlier part is women needs to learn to take care of themselves. And only by
Mm,
taking care of ourselves can we bring on more impact to the people around us. So you need to be full first, then you can give out from yourself. And maybe you're not at if you are not even at that stage where you are thinking, how can I contribute to a community? Then that's a thought that you need to work on there already. Like our life shouldn't, I mean, our life shouldn't
it's
be
not
just
just
about me,
about
myself, and
you,
I.
me, I
Yeah,
myself.
correct.
Yeah.
So I think
Mm,
that itself is a growth thought to have. It's like if what I'm doing now in my life is only benefiting me, then what else can I do to benefit others? Yeah.
mm. I think level one, I mean, for the first courage to be you, the first boot camp is all about taking the courage to be you, right?
Mm.
To be authentic, to be your authentic self, and discovering the powerful self. And I think it doesn't just limit to the 20s. I think as long as you can start as young as 18, yeah.
Yes, but
And the earlier,
I bear in
mm,
mind the budget. Mummies must be
oh, you
willing to
never
pay for it.
know.
Mummies
You
must be willing
never
to
know.
pay
So
for it.
that's another mindset you want to addressed.
Yes.
Nowadays, the youngsters are very innovative, very creative, and very entrepreneurial. Yeah, so many youngsters that I know in their teens, they are already making financially, can be quite independent.
That's true. That's
So
true.
the world is changing. Yeah, so with more living, especially living in a knowledge world,
Mm.
um, skill sets are really, at to learn to pick up skill sets is really at the touch of a finger.
Mm.
But to work deeper on the inner works, in your mindset, in your emotional state and mental state, and especially for, like you said, forging relationships and all that. Yeah, I think that requires a community, right? It's not just like you mentioned, not a me, I, myself thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, for I think yeah, women, but definitely just for women. Sorry guys, yeah, but yeah, our focus, our mission is focused on empowering women, right?
For
Oh,
Or maybe I should add,
yeah.
for more tips on how to start a similar community for men, please get in touch with Lillian for tips.
Yeah, maybe we can have a chit chat. Yeah, if it's any man you want to
Hmm.
work on, men of courage.
Yes. We need
Right.
men with courage too.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much, Lisa, for joining us, joining me in this lunchtime chat. I know your time is very precious. And is there any last shout out you want to do before we go?
Huh? Last shout out. Wow, you like to put me on
Yeah.
the spot. uh, I would say support for courage. Support. Yeah, we need all the love and support for Sword for Courage. So if you
Mm,
know somebody that is willing to support our cause, please direct them to the link that Karen has kindly put out there. Yeah, spread the
yes.
news for us. We will really, really appreciate it. Yeah,
Yes. Please
again, this
support.
is going out to support somebody other than ourselves. So yeah, spread the news.
Mm, especially the unsupported moms to be right
Mm,
at the
mm.
same place.
Yeah.
Right.
COVID moms are the hardest hit moms. I think really has it worse. It's a
Mhm.
totally ball game being pregnant and delivering during COVID season. Yeah.
Yeah. So please
So
support them.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Right. Thank you very much. I think that's all for this episode. So we'll